And 3, 2, 1. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is ORD. That's ORD or StarCraft or ORD SC2 or ORD.SC2 or ORD underscore SC2. It's ORD, and I am casting Good as Gold, game number 3 of the semifinals on Monday, May 7th. Good as Gold number 25. Let's get you into the game. And we see right now as we update the leader chart, we have a 1-1 tie, and this is the decisive game number 3 between our two warriors. In the upper side, upper left-hand side, I suppose, of Metalopolis, we have our blue Terran player, Neostream. We have a little bit of chat going on. Is this cross only? Don't know, or not close, rather, out of Muffin Topper. It's actually something that they can know about the map, but I can't tell them. They have to come into the matchup with that knowledge. Otherwise, it's just meta game. In the lower, kind of right-hand corner, we have our Protoss in the green trunks, Muffin Topper, who managed to hold off some early aggression out of Terran in the last game and pull it into this game number 3 after losing the first game to some early aggression out of our Terran players. So, judging by that model, I would expect early aggression out of our Terran player. I know, it's a crazy leap of imagination, but it just might happen. And the great thing about early aggression out of Terran is that it's fantastic against Protoss. It really forces Protoss down a certain path early game. It doesn't allow the Protoss player to determine the game on their own whim, let's call it. They don't get to do just whatever they want, which a lot of Protoss are used to doing early game. They're used to the other player trying to macro, trying to get ready for that later game. We do see that our Protoss player steals one of our gases as Terran. He doesn't want to see early ghosts come out of him again, and that's a really effective way to stop that because we don't have any Marines out yet. We are starting the orbital command on time. Right now is when our Terran player normally would be constructing his second gas, so he's already falling behind a little bit, and the fact that the Marine still has to be made, still has to get over there, still has to kill it. This is a really fantastic decision out of Muffin Topper based on previous play from our Terran player. We got a reactor going down anyway. A second rack's going down, and our Marine isn't even going to bother and go over here. So our Terran player says, you know what, maybe I only need the one. And some nice vision out of Muffin Topper, who's expecting to see that early aggression. He also has vision from this, but not a whole lot. He just knows it hasn't been killed yet. Our Terran player, what does he know? What does he know about his opponent? He did a little bit of scouting earlier, didn't get quite close enough to see if there were any gases, but he did get to see the fact that there was a cybernetics core going down, so he probably had some gas. It's a safe assumption. We do have one gateway down that's chronoing out a stalker, and a second gateway, and we don't see an early expansion coming down, and what do we have? We have 3 in gas, so we see that our Protoss player is really preparing for that early aggression, which is not a terrible decision. It would be fantastic to see our Terran player decide to go like early 3 CCs or something, because that would definitely put him at an interesting mid-game advantage. We do have a double supply block going on. Don't like to see that ever. Neostream gets out of it first. Muffin Topper, ooh, who does have a little rogue SCV in his base that he doesn't know about. Going with that third gateway, we do have a rally point that's all the way up here to the other stalker, who's already stepping in and taking a few pot shots at a few Marines, loses a little bit of shield, a little bit of over micro there, and he might die. Yeah, he does. Wow, an interesting choice for that stalker's use. We do see this forward pylon. Would just love it if this whole Bioforce would just run on by. And it looks like, indeed, Muffin Topper does see that happening, and Neostream does not check this Zelnaga. That would be really important for him to do in the future. However, he didn't walk up there. He didn't check. We do have one stalker up here, seeing that the Marauder's walking by now. And Neostream, we're not sure what he's going to decide. He is going to go with the warp gates, and oh, looks like he's warping in down here with 2 of them. The third one, I don't know. He might warp in up here. He really definitely could. There's nothing protecting. There is, in fact, a supply depot down, and if we warped in a few zealots or maybe a few stalkers even, we could just walk in here and get all kinds of SCV kills, and so that would pretty much nullify this attack. We see we've already baited out a preemptive force field, which is never a good idea when we only have sentries at that much energy. You've only got one more force field now, and it's got to be perfect. So you got to really choose when to do that, and our Terran player did a fantastic job of baiting it out. He's going to go ahead and put his Marauders in the bunker, giving them +1 range, giving them 6 range, which essentially means they can hit things that step out down onto the ramp right here. We see a second, and then Marauders engage. Oh, okay, so they can only reach the bottom of the ramp. I thought they could go a little higher than that. That's my fault. This second bunker then probably won't be able to reach the high ground. Even if he does have vision, we see our stalker hanging out up here. This pylon still posed and ready to go, and our Terran player taking an expansion behind this bunker aggression. A great decision for the contain. It is interesting, though, to see when the Terran decides to pull away, when he decides not to continue with this contain because it's going to get rolled over and crushed anyway. It's really, really hard for a Terran player to reproduce an army unless it's late game and he has like 20 barracks with reactors. It's really difficult. So every kill that Protoss gets on this bio force in this upcoming engagement is hugely important, because the time it takes to get from here and then walk around and get up here is enough for basically one production cycle. And now we see that the SCVs are pulled. Oh, and the Zealots tried to sneak in. There are a large number. I'm not sure where they're going now. They're just running away all together. We do have a few Marines up here who aren't doing anything. We see barely any reaction. Great timing here. We can kill the SCVs as they're outside, and we're going to go ahead and open up that tab for you so you can see that the worker supply is definitely in favor of our Protoss player now. And wow, army supply, as well as we just see a general walk by, and the Marines try and engage the stalker. Great micro there to keep it alive. However, he does allow the Zealots to get surrounded, but that's okay. They trade pretty decently with SCVs. And now we're going to have, one Marine. Oh, great micro there out of that Marine, at least. And this stalker definitely isn't going to win that fight. That's unfortunate. So back down here, we see that this force is still here, is still containing no SCVs to repair. So now we've invested a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of money, 200 right here. And now we will see that the engagement does occur. A interesting force field that really, I'm not sure what he's doing with those force fields. He's trying to keep those Marauders in. He was expecting to be able to kill this bunker off a lot more quickly. He does lay one. Okay, he's still got enough for another force field. I'm not sure what his overall goal with those force fields was. Interestingly enough, Neostream is going to repair this. His best decision right now, in my opinion, would be to just take this whole army and just run away. You've already done a huge deal of damage. Our Protoss player has not expanded. You have. You've got double mule going on. You could take a third expansion. Hopefully you're going to scout this pretty soon, because that's going to end up hurting you if you don't. We got Marines rallied past still. We're really, I'm going to say, over-committing to this, and we're sending up somebody else who's going to die, and we're going to take a look at the fact that he saw nothing. He already knew there was a rogue facility there. He didn't get to see the Immortal. And now we've got a bunker here that's being salvaged. A good decision. We're pulling everything, and we've got what? We've got 2 Marauders and Marine against 3 Zealots, 3 Stalkers, and we see that now the Bioforce is being pulled back. We are, however, leaving a very token force that could just be walked. They could be crushed basically by the 2 Immortals alone. This Suicide Force gets up inside and really kind of not doing as much damage as they could, but still doing significant damage in the fact that none of these SCVs are mining right now. And now the Bioforce returns, and down there we just missed them being crushed. So sorry, but you got the idea. Again, with interesting force fields, I guess, preventing anybody from running away. And now we see that the supply is definitely swung in our Protoss player's favor. And I'm going to harp on this one more time, and then I swear I'll stop repeating it. Our Terran player overstayed his welcome. He did a fantastic job that put him ahead up until he allowed Protoss to crush not 1 but 2 different forces of his by being outnumbered. Now we do see an SCV doing a lot of scouting. Still can't find this, but he will eventually. We do see an observer up top, and we see out of our Protoss player. I'm saying we see a lot, aren't I? Coming back over to the chat room, seeing that it's empty. or at least that it's blank. We do have 5 viewers. Hello, other viewer. Who is it? It is Dark Raven. Hey, he is waiting to play in the finals against the winner of this matchup, so he's getting a little bit extra information. Nice. We do see that we have the gold variant going on right now, so why not try and take that expansion? There is a really fun build that you can do as Terran, where very beginning of the game, you take your 5 SCVs and your orbital command, you lift off, and you go to the gold. And it's a really fun build. It doesn't always work, but it really lets you produce Marines really quickly. We see some nice force field usage out of our Protoss player there, as he really wanted to get more Warpins. Good decision going with a lot of Zealots against this mostly Marine force. And now we're going to get a really good concave out of our Terran player. Nice force field. Needs to engage. Doesn't. Oh, allows the stimmed Marines to get around. But now these Immortals are about to get into action. And so even though the Bio Ball did a great job at eliminating the Zealots, the Immortals just kill everything. 3, 10, and 3 kills apiece. Now for the third time, we're going to run away. However, this time we have a force field available. We're going to kill some of these pesky SCVs. Maybe could even target that the command center down, but he's not going to. And now, what are we doing as our Terran player? We are just producing a Marine because we do not have a lot of money, and we were trying to go over and switch maybe to some Vikings, maybe to some Medivacs, hopefully some Medivacs. And we see NeoStream paying for his early aggression dearly as his 29 supply is going up against an 83 supply Protoss who's picking off a decent little scan. But some great force fields. Wow. That's rough as a Terran player. Lol toss, says NeoStream. Unfortunately, he's lost everything. And he says a version of GG. We're going to open up that score screen for you, and we're going to really quickly configure this and show you that Muffin Topper has emerged victorious over NeoStream. Congratulations to our Protoss player. A game well played indeed. Open up that resource collection rate and we see that mules are fun. And Muffin Topper does say GG Neo. I like to see that kind of class out of players. It's a fantastic way to enjoy this game, StarCraft 2. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been OrD. Thanks for watching game number 3 of the semifinals of Good as Gold number 25 on Monday, May 7th.